Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Omni Viewer, here with another unscripted reaction video, this time to trailer 2 for Kong Skull Island. And this one looks like it'll be very interesting. It reveals a lot more than the last trailer did, specifically that we are going to be referencing Apocalypse Now with this movie. Because that's the first thing that popped into my head when John C. Reilly's character came into the scene. Like, oh, crazy guy in military fatigues who's been living amongst the natives in the remote jungle and is singing the praises of the giant they worship? They're referencing Apocalypse Now. And that means King Kong is Brando. He's certainly big enough to be. But yeah, that'll definitely be interesting. I don't know if that's just going to be flavor or if they're really going to go something very interesting with that. Probably just going to be an interesting little reference, but that's okay. Anyway, the big reveal here is what the other monsters will be. And that's what we've all been waiting to see, I think, because we've all assumed Kong was going to have other monsters to fight on Skull Island, because Skull Island has always been full of other monsters for him. But we didn't know what they would be, because there's been a pretty wide variety associated with Kong. There have been dinosaurs, classically, that's what most people think of. Sometimes they just went for giant animals, like in the 1976 film, but most people would prefer to forget the 1976 film. And of course Godzilla, but that's coming later. So the megafauna we're seeing in this film so far, they include enormous prehistoric oxen, which look like they'll be very interesting. There's only like one shot of them. Giant spiders, which thankfully they're not giant tarantulas, which means I will have an easier time watching the movie. It's weird. I have this odd kind of specific arachnophobia where regular spiders don't bother me, but a big, juicy tarantula... I can't even think about it. So no, these are just like big, spindly, daddy long legs kind of ones, based on the trailer anyway, so hopefully that means I won't have a problem. But of course, the big reveal here, the Skullcrawlers, the enemy monsters, if you will. These giant two-legged subterranean reptiles, and they look really cool. Like, that's a good opponent, I think. Based on what we've seen anyway, because the assumption is going to be that there will be a whole bunch of them, they're going to be swarming everywhere. That'll be cool to see, I think. I mean, they look like they're going to be relatively small compared to Kong, unless there's a big one that they're just hiding. So seeing small, they're still bigger than a human, but they're small compared to Kong, who will be like 100 plus feet. But then again, Kong is going to be small compared to this Godzilla, so I think it'll even out, I think. That was redundant sentence structuring. But yeah, maybe that'll actually give us an interesting taste of what that fight will be like. So, yeah, Skullcrawlers look cool, and the trailer also presents us with a slightly different tone than the last one. Because the original trailer, you know, it's a very serious, very heart-pounding, action-packed sort of foreboding kind of trailer. And this one has a bit more of a lighthearted tone because it introduces the plucky comic relief character, and it has music that was popular back then, like Bad Moon Rising, which, I don't know, I understand putting that in a werewolf movie, but Kong, well, I don't know, maybe they'll make it work. It is just a trailer after all. But a lot of people seem to have gotten worried based on that. Like, now they're thinking, wait a minute, this movie's a comedy all of a sudden? Calm down, people. It's no problem if a movie wants to have fun a little bit. I mean, we're talking about a movie with giant gorillas and two-legged subterranean man-eating dinosaur creatures. If you can't have a little fun with that, what can you have fun with? I have no doubt that it's going to be just serious enough, but I think it's probably going for a tone similar to what we've gotten used to with Marvel. Good balance of lighthearted and serious. So, with plenty of action too. So, I think it's going to be fine. And, I feel like the trailer also confirmed my suspicion that they are specifically referencing Sasquatch with Kong. Like I said in my previous video about the image reveal, and again, seeing Kong in motion looks really good, I should say, before I move on here. But yeah, I think they are specifically referencing that, because there's that one shot of Kong wading through the water and it only comes up to his knees. And he's kind of turned to the side, kind of walking away, and the way he's moving, it looks just like the Sasquatch from the Patterson-Gimlin films. So I think I was right. So yeah, those are my basic thoughts. Of course, haven't seen the movie yet, but it's not that far away. I'm glad that they didn't keep Kong hidden like they did with Godzilla, because that really would be pointless with Kong, as I keep saying. But, yeah. What did you think of the trailer? Did you like it? Are you one of the people who's concerned? What do you think of the Skullcrawlers? I'm very curious. I know what I think. I'm looking forward to it. March cannot come soon enough. So, that's enough of my rambling. You get to the comments or make your own videos. Do whatever you want to respond. Till such time as we meet again, this is the Omni Viewer signing off.